January is literally our busiest month of the year. This is the time of year that all the kids go back to school, and so there is registration, and then there is buying books and taking care of uniforms, and then school supplies where we order and organize backpacks and all that fun stuff. And so a lot of the initial fun is finding out how much it costs to register a kid in one of the schools, because they don't tell you until now. And then you have to go and stand in line at a bank and make the deposit, and then meet with the parents at the school and get them registered. It's even more complicated when the kids are changing schools and they're going to another one. Like if they graduated middle school and now they're going to high school, they actually have to go to another school. And so sometimes the process starts with going to the original school and getting their paperwork out of there, and then registering them in a new school. And so it's a lot of running around. It's for the good of kids, of course, but it gets pretty crazy. And so here we go. We are registering one of the girls at school. She's starting high school. She is looking into robotics and electronics, which is pretty cool. So we gotta do all this paperwork, then I have to go to the bank and make a deposit and bring a receipt back so that she's all ready to go on Wednesday when her classes start. Today I made a special trip up here to the school where one of our kids go to. Yesterday they wouldn't let him go in school because he didn't have the right shoes on. Every year our students have to buy uniforms and shoes and all that kind of stuff. And so this year, because donations have been a little bit lower than usual, we put all of the families in charge of finding or buying the uniforms for their kids. And usually it's not until February anyway that we are able to get everyone's uniforms together, because we're worried about the books and the school supplies and monthly tuition, all that stuff. And it seems that the director of this school has had a lot of envy and malice towards this family, because they're jealous that one family is getting a scholarship and hers isn't, even though she's never actually asked us for it. So she happens to be the director of this school because her family owns the school, and she wants one for her kid. But realize that part of our job isn't just supplying things or supporting families like emotionally, but to break the yoke of the oppressors, because that's what poverty really comes from. Those who have power, they just impose it as much as they can because they feel that by this power they can become greater or something like that. And so I even wore my karate shirt to make sure that they know I mean business today. Shout out to Sabora Chan and his karate classes. But turns out they let the kid in today. He borrowed shoes from his stepdad, which are actually a little too small for him, but his mom made it so that he fits the uniform code and stuff, and she's just really trying to keep the peace. So I talked to her, and we decided that it'd be best if I don't say anything yet to the director, and she'll see what happens when her child comes home today and sees if he had any trouble in school or if everything's okay now or whatever, while she finds new shoes for her son to wear to school. So this is part of what we do. So here we are at the supply store getting all the notebooks and pens and markers and USB drives and books and all this other stuff that we need for the kids to go to school. So this is one of the more tedious parts of the beginning of the school year. It's very important. All of the kids have been asking if their school supplies are ready, because the schools are asking for them, and they need this and that. And so everyone's going to be very happy this weekend because they're going to have their school supplies finally, and we're going to be happy because they're not going to be asking us anymore. As each student is enrolled in school, the school gives us a list of school supplies that they need. So what we've done this year is we took the list and we compared it to what we have in storage from all donations we've received over the past year and a half or so, and crossed off everything on the list that we needed. And then, as you saw, Christian and I, we had to go to the school supply store and ask for the rest of it. Then we organize it all into bags by student, and when the family comes to receive them, we go over the list item by item to make sure that they have what they need. We cross them off the list, and then we have them sign it just to confirm that they did receive the things that we gave them. Just because in the past we've had issues where people get home and they say, "Hey, I'm missing this notebook," or "I don't have this pen," or whatever, and they've like misplaced it instead of us not actually giving it to them. So we just want to make sure that everyone gets what they need. And we thank you all so much for the donations that were received over this past year of school supplies. And it has really helped us cut down on the costs this year, which was very necessary because we just barely had enough to pay for everyone to get into school and their school supplies.